5 to 10 minutes to figure out how to answer these two questions on the board. Okay? Yeah, I remember you have problem pronouncing that word. Are you done with these two? Okay, so it's not that difficult. You just need to find a slope, correct? and then compare the slopes, and you will see if they are parallel or perpendicular. Parallel if the slopes are equal, perpendicular if the slope is negative reciprocal of the previous slope. So these notes I wrote down, this is for the exam. So you will have exam on Monday, chapter 1, 2, 3, okay? And be on time, because I don't let anyone to, knock on the door or open the door after I started the exam, okay? So I don't want anyone distract the other students. So be on time, because you will lose the opportunity to take the exam, and we will not have any makeup for people who are late. You can have a formula card, and you can use both sides of the formula card. Write down this kind of formulas that you need, okay? And calculator is so important, because I don't have extra calculator for anyone, and you should use your own calculator, okay? And no cell phone at all. So that's why you should bring your own calculator. Do you have any question about the exam? It will be 1 hour and 15 minutes, okay? And you will have enough pages to write down anything you want. Like, you don't need to bring any extra paper or anything like that for the exam, okay? Do you have any question? Any question about the exam? No? Okay, so please check your emails too. Today, students were asking me what if we have, like, I don't think next week will snow at all, because it shows it's, weather is good next time. But please check your email frequently. Like, I send you that email on Sunday night and solve some problem, okay? So please check that, watch those 3 questions. You can see similar questions in the exam. And like other information, I maybe, send you some emails about the exam and remind you of something, So please check your email frequently, okay? So now let's solve these 2 problems. It says a line has a slope of 8/9. So we have L1, and this L1 has a slope M1, 8 divided by 9. Then it says there is a second line, L2, passing through these 2 points, -6 and -3, and another point is 3 and 5. And then we want to see what is the relation between this L1 and L2, okay? If they are parallel or perpendicular. So we have one slope. If we get a slope for this line, we are, able to compare them. So let's say this one is the first point, x1, y1. This one is x2, y2. And we know the slope has a formula like this. And we have 5 minus -3 divided by 3 minus -6, which is 8/9. So as you see what happened, both slopes are the same. L1 is parallel to L2. Why? Because M1 is equal to M2, right? So this one. Then the other question says, now we have a line, a slope is -13. So M1 has this slope. Then it says there is a second line, L2, passing through these 2 points. -4. So same, we are going to find the slope, okay, for the second line. So M2 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's say this one is x1, y1, x2, y2. Just replace everything. -4 minus -5 divided by 6 minus -7. So we have -4 plus 5 divided by 6 plus 7. So what we have 1 over 13. So do you see the relation between M1 and M2? No? Yes. M1 is negative reciprocal of M2. Okay? So L1 and L2 are perpendicular. Okay? So L1 is perpendicular to L2 because L1 is negative 1 over M2. That's it. This is M1. This is M2. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Okay, so let's see what else we have. Can you find the slope of the lines label A, label B? So you will have a slope for line A. You will have another slope for line B. So find a slope for each of these lines. Do you have questions?
What's wrong with you?
Do you have any question? How you can find a slope for line A?
You find like
2 points, right? Is that correct, all of you?
yes.
Okay. Just find 2 random points for line A, 2 random points for line B. For line A, you are able to find the slope using those 2 points. For line B also, you are able to use, you know what points I prefer? What point? For example, for this line, this is a good point, huh? Right? And then this one is also a good point, right? And then for this one, let's see, this one is a good point, and maybe this one. Am I right? So choose the easiest points, and as long as you have 2 points for each line, you are able to find the slope for that specific line.
2, 4 is on there, right?
2, yes, of course, on line A. Why not? Kind of, yeah, kind of, but still, you know, it's best between other points, okay? In compared to other points. So I'm going to label this as LA, and then label the other line as LB. So 2 points. You find it, okay, on your own. I'm not going to solve until you are done. You're clapping for us again.
I'm sorry. the question? Oh, you just find the slope.
Find the slope for each of
What's
line.
the question?
It's just for the slope of the line label A and B. That's it. What if she's not listening?
I don't understand.
Yeah, because you just told me we find 2 points.
I did.
Why? Because you know the question.
I thought it was like you're gonna ask like a different question, but now I understand.
Good. Did you find it? Are you finding it?
I'm so tired. You have a class after this? At 2? I have a class at 2 also. Probably I'd be like, nope, I'm done. You can't be in one of my other classes. I'm just kidding. I think that was like 6. Let's see.
How many of you are just 16 years old? Really? Wow. I'm proud of you. With the rest too, and I just say, this age is cool to be at college. I wish I did that. I could do that. I couldn't do that. Okay. Shall I solve it? Line A. Give me 2 points.
0, 1.
Correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
All of you? 0, 1. And another point?
2, 4.
2, 4. 2, 4. Okay. Line B?
0, negative 4.
Correct? Did you find it? 0, negative 1,
4.
4. Okay. So what else?
4, negative 5.
Everyone? 4, negative. Negative what?
Negative 5.
Negative 5.
Because it is negative.
This one?
Yes, it is.
What was this one? 0 and 4? Negative. Okay. So, y2 is 4 minus y1 is 1 divided by 2 minus 0 is 3 over 2. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, negative 5 minus negative 4 divided by
4 minus 0 equals negative 1 over 4.
Good. So, we don't see any relation between these two lines, okay? Neither perpendicular nor parallel. Am I right? Because the slopes are not equal and the slopes are not negative reciprocal. Okay, so that's why. Do you have any question? No? So, this one now. Write it down. It says, find an equation of a line passing through the point, this point, and parallel to this line. Express the answer in a standard form. So I solved that in Monday or Sunday video, okay? So that recording I sent to you. I solved this one, this kind of question. So now this is a similar question. Try your best to solve this, okay? If you watch that, you are able to solve this now. You should be able to solve this now. Hmm? Yeah, solve it. Yeah. To solve it. Yeah, try to solve this, okay? These are all similar to your exam question. Like, you're so similar.
You make the exam?
Yes. And then I should tell you, your exam is not that easy. Why I'm telling you? Because if you practice more, exam will be easy for you. So exam is not that easy. You just, rely on your knowledge from the class and come to the exam. You have to practice before you come to the exam. And it's time consuming. It means you should practice more to be more fast solving problems. Slow off the line. So did you find the slope of line? Yes. So you should write this down in a form of y equal mx plus b. And then you are able to find the slope, okay? Who wants to solve it for extra credit? Ha ha ha. That's good. Okay. You want to solve it? Okay. So just give maybe 2-3 more minutes to everyone to solve it, and then I will ask you to come here. Okay? So let them finish it, and then I'll ask you.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, you were like going all crazy.
Are you done? Done? Okay, good. So, okay, so let's solve. Okay. Okay, thank you. You still can finish your work if you are still doing that. What? Don't put x on denominator, look. You put x on denominator.
Oh no, it's separate.
You should put x on numerator. Not here. Up, top. Front of x, yeah, exactly. Multiply everything to 5. Huh? Yeah, see, x should go there. Yes. It will be 2x plus y, 5y. Yeah. 5y. You can just cancel the 5 in denominator of 24. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then just negative 24 remains.
Negative 4.
Yes. Okay, great. So, what was your name here? Show me. Please. This one. So, what he did, first of all, he used the first line, which we have here, 2x plus 5y here. And then he made it in a slope intercept form, correct? So, 2x plus 5y equal a. If you want to make it in a slope-intercept form, you will isolate y on one side, correct?
Yes.
And then bring the rest of the thing to the other side, right? Y is equal to negative 2 over 5x plus 8 over 5. So what is the slope of this line?
Negative 2 over
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yes. This is M1, right? So if you want another line which is parallel to this one, that the other line should have the same slope as this one, correct? So M2, let's say M2 is for the second line. Is equal to negative 2 over 5.
Why?
Because we found M1 to be negative 2 over 5, correct? Now M2 should be exact same as M1 because these two lines are parallel, right? So that's the reason. And then if we have a slope for the second line and we have a point like negative 2 and negative 4, we can use this slope and this point and replace everything in this formula, right? And then we will have the formula for the second line, correct? So we know this will be the formula for the second line. And then instead of y nothing, instead of y1, we will have negative 4. Am I right?
Yes.
And then equal to, so slope of line 2 is negative 2 over 5. And then x minus the first, the x for the point, that point is negative 2. So now we should just organize this. Y plus 4 is equal to negative 2 over 5 multiply x. So be careful of this one. This becomes positive, right? So negative 2 over 5 multiply the first term and then multiplies to the second term, right? So negative 2 over 5 multiply 2 plus 2, okay? So plus negative 2 over 5 to 2, right? So here we have, let me just replace this by negative 4 over 5, correct? So it'll save us a space. Negative 4 over 5. And then I'm going to bring this to the other side, right? So y is equal to negative 2 over 5 x minus 4 over 5 minus 4, right? And y is equal to negative 2 over 5 x. So we add these two like the way he did here. Negative 4 over 5 minus 4, and then he said multiply both numerator and denominator by 5. So instead of 4 even we could write down 20 divided by 5, right? So we will have something like this, negative 4 over 5 minus 20 over 5, because 4 is 20 over 5, right? And then now denominators are the same, okay? So we have negative 24 over 5. We are still not done because they ask us to write this down in a standard form, okay? So what the standard form says, x and y should be on one side, right? So bring this one to the other side, like the way also he did there. So add what? 2 over 5x. Or before doing that, what should I do? I could easily multiply everything by 5 to get rid of that fraction first, and then move everything to the other side. Can I do that? So we can say, okay, if we multiply everything by 5, we have 5y equal to negative 2x minus 24. Do you see that? So 5 eliminated all these denominators. Is that correct? Okay. And then now bring that 2x to the other side. You will have 5y plus 2x equal negative 24. So what we found now? What is this formula now? What was the aim? This is the equation for the second line, right? So if this is the second line, and this was the first line, these two lines are now parallel to each other, correct? So all our aim was to find a line which is parallel to this first line. So what we did first of all, we organized the first line and made it like a slope-intercept form. Found the slope for the first line, and then we said the second line will have the same slope. For the second line we have the slope, we have the point. Use the slope point formula, make an equation for the second line, right? Is that correct? Do you have any question? No? So now if I choose anyone for the second question, randomly you're able to solve it, huh? Because you don't have any question. Shall I do that? No. No. I'm not going to put you through that stress. Okay. So next question will be almost the same. But this time we are talking about the perpendicular lines. Can you solve this? The same process. Same process, but in middle, comparing the slopes, you should know that these two lines now have a perpendicular slope. Hmm? What? Yes, at this one, yeah. She found this one. It's a negative one. Exactly. So now what you should use?
This one.
You should use this one and this point and use slope point formula. Okay? Replace them with the slope point formula and make it like this one. You want to solve the problem.
This is a very good previous question, yes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. I give you the fraction first. Because most of us today have so little fractions. Right. So what they do, they multiply twice to this one, and they just do what so forget this one. So that's the reason I don't want to comment at that, because there were too many terms there.
Are you done? Hmm? So now multiply this one half to this one.
Because is it M1? Should it be
This one. M2, yes, because you're talking about the second line now. So you should put, your new step here, the way you're doing, and then multiply this to each of them and then simplify that. Do you have questions too? You're doing good. So,
plus 2? And then we add 3?
so you found negative 2. Now, the second line has a negative reciprocal of this negative 2. Means this will for the new line, we require 2 instead of this 2. So instead of this one, we should have 1/2. Okay? Okay, so do you have any question? Then you should get rid of this fraction here. You will have 2y plus 1x equals 10. Right? The standard form. Yeah. Oh, why you do that? It was good at that point. Oh, didn't. Okay, good. So on the bottom.
Two y, what is negative 2?
Because you multiply everything by 2, so
Oh, okay.
this
Okay.
this also will be multiplied to 2.
I understand. Yeah.
So now she is rearranging everything to have a slope intercept form, right? To find a slope for the first line. And she's working on the first line now. Negative 1 over 2 or 1 over 2? Positive 1 over 2. Yes? Isn't that?
Oh, okay.
Because it's a negative reciprocal of? No, it's a positive 1 over 2 because your slope was negative 2, correct? Look at the previous slope.
Negative 1 over negative 2.
So, I thought it had positive. So here is negative 2, correct? So, negative 1 over negative 2 is positive 1 over 2, right? Replace 1 over 2. Then the last step is to make it like a standard form. Correct? You multiply everything by 2 or just bring 1 over 2x to the other side. And then as I saw, you multiplied everything to 2. Did you get the same answer? Oh, good. So, thank you. So what she did, this was the first line, L1, and then she organized it in this form, and then here, look at this. I kept it because I'm going, this is important here. So I told you once, be careful when you are choosing a slope is the coefficient of x, correct? You cannot choose everything with x. The slope is this one, right? The slope is just negative 2, coefficient of x, right? So this is M1. And then we know the relation between two perpendicular lines is this one, right? So M2 will be negative 1 over negative 2, which is 1 over 2. This is the slope for the second line. Correct? So this was the thing I was explaining.
Yeah.
Correct? Do you have any questions so far? Yes.
Does the x always in standard form, does it have to be a positive? Always? X.
x. No. See, we brought it this side and it's a negative 1x, correct? You mean the coefficient of x, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
But can it be a fraction too?
I don't think Pearson accepts fraction for the standard form. Did you check that?
I have to check it.
Except they couldn't mine.
Except what?
They accepted mine when I was doing the quiz for it.
It accepted fraction?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can keep it as a fraction. Just bring x and y to one side and the constant the other side. Okay, because I'm not sure about Pearson. Most of the time it will give you hard time, and I should make sure it accepts that. Okay, do you have any question up to that point? The slopes are perpendicular now, correct? Lines are perpendicular if the slopes have this relation. So now, what she did, replaced this slope and this point in slope point formula, correct? And this is a slope point formula. So instead of a slope, she wrote down 1/2x. So let me write it down. 1/2 multiply x plus 4, right? Because this negative multiply negative is positive. And then y minus 3 is equal to multiply this 1/2 to both of terms, please. I know sometimes exam is like you have a limited time and you are under too much stress and you will forget to distribute this to both of terms. Please remember this, and with practice you will get used to this. So 1/2 multiply 4 is 2, and then we have y equal to, I'm bringing this -3 to the other side. I will have 5 on the other side, right? And then let's multiply everything by 2. We will have 2y equal to x plus 5 multiply 2 is 10, right? And bring this one to the other side. You have 2y minus x equal 10. So what we found now, what is this? The equation for the second line, correct? The second line which is perpendicular to that line, correct? Do you have any question? No? Okay. So more questions. Write this down and try your best to solve it. Okay, work on this. All of them, please. Absolute values. It's not Who else want to solve it on the board? You already did. Who else? Is there anyone? Which one? Which question? Write an equation of a line with a slope of 3/4 and intercept of 0, -2. So what you use, which formula you use? Number 1. You said you want to solve number 1, huh? 2. Find the slope and line. Okay, do that. Okay, go. Number 2.
It's you.
Number 2.
Do I get extra credit? Since I answered it out loud?
So now she's solving number 2. It says find the slope and y-intercept of the line 2x minus 3y equals 6. So she just needs to rearrange everything and make it like a slope intercept formula. Correct?
Yes.
And then she will find the slope, which is the coefficient of x, and then she will find the y-intercept, which is b in that formula. Great, thank you. Okay. So is this correct? Is this correct? Oh, good. So she subtracted 2x from each side, so she has negative 3y equal to negative 2x plus 6. And she's dividing everything by negative 3, so she will have a positive 2 over 3x minus 2. So 2 is y-intercept, and 2 over 3 is the slope. Please be careful in exam, don't write down 2 over 3x, because a slope is just a coefficient of this x, correct? So compare it with mx plus b, which is a slope intercept formula, correct? And then if you compare, this one is the slope and this one is the y-intercept. Do you have any question? Who wants to solve number 1? Be brave. I mean, it's like you know your answer is correct, so why not get extra credit for your correct answer? No. You could bring your notes too. So the first one says write an equation of a line with a slope 3 over 4 and y-intercept. Thank you. So see, it was easy, isn't that? So this is the slope b and this is m, right? That was it. Do you have any question? Thank you. Do you have any question? She just replaced the information she had in this formula, mx plus b. For b, she wrote down negative 2. For x, she said 3 over 4. Okay, so now this question. Anyone? This one? No one?
I think I do. What can I just do?
No. You will receive too many extra credit there. I can use your idea.
Wait, is that right or does that make sense?
So what you did?
Okay.
What was your answer? Did you find it? Your answer. Tell me and then I will ask her. You should have 2x, correct?
Yes, the first one my first x was 2.
Uh-huh.
And the next one was negative 3.
Same one, you? Okay, so I will solve it now. So what you did, first of all, you isolate, help me. What you did, isolate absolute value on one side, correct? And then bring all the constant to the other side, right? That is the way we solve for absolute value, solve absolute value equation. So we have 2x plus 1 equal to 8 minus 3, right? And now we are ready to solve it. Correct? So this is the way absolute value works. You should isolate the absolute value one side, and you have 2x plus 1 equal to 5. And then you are going to solve this. How? Bring this out. Correct? You will have 2x plus 1 is equal to, tell me, equal to 5. Negative 5. Do you remember absolute value? It could have two values, positive and negative, right? And now we will solve each of this equation. So 2x is equal to 5 minus 1, 2x is equal to 4, x is equal to 2. Your answer was correct. 2x is equal to negative 5 minus 1, 2x is equal to negative 6, x is equal to negative 3. So this is the answer for absolute value. So you will have a question from chapter 2, and it will be absolute value. Do you have any question? Okay, so now you have exam on Monday, correct? I told you, for those who were late, I don't accept any late student for the exam. You can ask other students from previous semester. I don't let a student to take their exam if they are late. So be responsible, be on time, because I don't let anyone to distract my other student. Okay? So be on time. Bring your formula card, bring your own calculator, because you are not allowed to work on your phone, right? In the exam. You are not allowed to work on your phone. Use calculator. Chapter 1, 2, 3. Correct? Do you have any question? No? Okay. So we'll see you on Monday. Check your emails for any information if in worst case scenario there is a delay or anything. Okay, if there is a delay, it's not going to affect our class, correct? Because our class is at 2 o'clock. So hopefully there is not anything. Take care. We'll see you on Monday. Study hard. Okay?